Everyone's been saying, even you, Steve, I need Brutal Bob. I need Brutal Bob to beat you. Steve, listen to me and listen close. I'm only gonna say this once. I don't need Brutal Bob. Brutal Bob is just my trainer. I brought him here so he could train me and be by my side, but I don't need him to beat anybody, especially somebody as old and washed up like you, Steve. And the truth is, you need someone to beat me. But you ain't got nobody, do you? You have nobody, Steve. You've burned your bridges everywhere you've gone. Puerto Rico, Japan, ECW, hell, even the top of the mountain, Steve. You burn your bridges up there. That's pretty pathetic, isn't it? So I'll tell you what, Steve, I'll do you one better. In Chicago, Brutal Bob, he won't be at ringside. He's banned. And you can bring your sponsor, your friends. You can bring the ROH universe, but they won't show up. Nobody is there for you, Steve. And when I beat you by myself, when I beat you with no one around and no one on your side, Steve, you'll realize how pathetic you truly are. Because I'm the fastest rising superstar. I'm the best entertainer this company has, and I'm on to bigger and better things, Steve-O. See you in Chicago.
Recovery doesn't come easy. They tell me it's many steps before you're really redeemed, not only to your peers, but to everybody that's ever surrounded you. I've taken those steps. For the last 4.5 months, I've done everything I can to redeem myself. I helped El Generico. I've helped Christopher Daniels, which was wrong. My man that's watching me, my man that's coming soon, he has to come. I'm begging him to come. And he needs to come back because, like me, he's evil. But he's something that he wants to show everybody. He needs redemption. He's in the greatest shape of his life, not only physically, but mentally. He's got my back. I know it. No one else believes in me, but this man does. And Mike Bennett, 2 times now you've pushed my buttons. 2 times you tried to push me off the wagon. But on May 21st in Chicago, we're going to end this. I don't care what I need to do, but I need to cleanse you from my soul. Mike Bennett, I'm coming to Chicago, and I am going to break your weight. Maybe I'm going to stick my thumb right up your ass again. Bennett, Chicago, I can't wait.
For weeks and weeks, we've called, we sent emails, begging, and somehow we couldn't figure out why. Why were we not receiving the chances we were asking for? But now it's all clear. Supercard of Honor. They knew they had to save the Bravados for the big one. Because you know you can't have a Supercard without the Bravado Brothers. But my grandma said that you could definitely have a Supercard without Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, the past 2 times we stepped in the ring with you, we've won. And then after those losses, you just continue to get opportunity after opportunity. The only problem is you're not cashing in on those opportunities. You lost to the Kings of Wrestling. You lost to the Briscoes. You lost to Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. You'll lose again in Supercard of Honor. And after that, maybe you guys should step away for a little while and let the Bravados have those opportunities that you've had. Because we will cash in on them. And we will show everybody in the wrestling world why we are one of the best tag teams in the world, but most importantly, the leaders of the Ring of Honor revolution. Chicago Ridge, get ready. Bravado bandwagon, get ready. Because it's going to be electric. And you're going to witness the rise of the Bravado Brothers.
On May 21st in Chicago, Illinois, for the first time in Ring of Honor, I'll step into the ring alone against a world-class athlete in Claudio Castagnoli. That's right, myself and Charlie Haas, the current Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, have been tearing up the scene. And on May 21st, I step in there alone to show everyone why Shelton Benjamin is simply no joke.
believe a word of it. Claudio, that's the strongest man in Ring of Honor. He's a dominating force. Record-setting tag team champion. Don't listen to anything Shelton had to say. Listen to me.
What a dark and dreary day to return to the United States. Foreshadowing, perhaps, for the dark and dreary weekend that lies ahead for Shelton Benjamin and El Generico. The Kings of Wrestling have returned from a month of non-stop globetrotting, and we have plenty to talk about, plenty to discuss, yet I am dumbfounded by the lack of respect we've been shown. Are people curious about our participation in the Global Tag League for Pro Wrestling Noah? Do people want to hear about the Kings of Wrestling teaming up for the first time ever in England? Do they want to know how we fared in Germany, where Claudio had a GHC title shot against Takeshi Sugiura? They want to hear about Chris Hero's Match of the Year candidate with Kenta? No, it seems like the only thing that people care about is our fluke tag team title loss to Shelton Benjamin in Atlanta. The only questions I hear: why'd you guys lose? How did they beat you? When are you gonna get the belts back? I assure you that one loss does absolutely nothing to erase history. 363 days of history. The Kings of Wrestling legacy as Ring of Honor's greatest tag team in history has been cemented. A big weekend coming up, Supercard of Honor. And the critics and analytics seem to have forgotten that Kings reign supreme individually as well. As very European Claudio Castagnoli and the king of the KO, Chris Hero, make their way to the Midwest. So consider May 21st a refresher for all of you. Claudio Castagnoli has a prime opportunity to out-wrestle, outclass, and manhandle Shelton Benjamin as they go one-on-one for the first time. Personally, I'm looking forward to seeing old Shelton Benjamin tossed around like the world's lightest rag doll. But another thing I'm looking forward to is the battle that will also take place that evening, as the luchador generico goes mano a mano with the knockout muchacho. You've got the brain basta versus the rolling elbow. It will be Ole versus KO. El Generico, you may be Ring of Honor's resident court jester, but I will not make the mistake of underestimating you. I know why all of our fans adore you. What you lack in intelligence, you more than make up for with your resilience. And I know why you are one of the premier wrestlers in all of the world, but I also know what makes me better. I know what it feels like to be a champion. I know the feeling of having my hand raised time and time again. And quite frankly, I'm addicted to that adrenaline rush. I'm a fiend for the 1, 2, 3. Generico, your ability to absorb punishment time and time again is legendary. But you can only get knocked down so many times before you start to get up a little slower, before you start to walk funny, before you start to slur your speech. And I'd be lying if I said I was concerned for your well-being. Wrestling fans in the greater Chicago area, May 21st, Frontier Fieldhouse, Chicago Ridge, Illinois. You do not want to miss this show. You do not want to miss Mr. Brainbuster getting his brain busted. El Generico, I am fully prepared to kick your cabeza into the clouds. I will split you like a piñata till chicles fall from your ears. May 21st, Chicago Ridge, Illinois. You will have flashbacks to Final Battle. That is how hard I'm going to hit you. Final Battle wasn't a very fun night for you, was it? May 21st is not going to be any fun. El Generico, adios.